Hey everyone, it's Anthony back with another video here on Single and Placing. Hi. We're on a bouncy little road, as you can see. It's me and the boy. Hi Apollo. Hi babies. He's like, what are we doing? Where are we going? We're doing a little kind of combo vlog WIP Chat, so I'll probably do a clip here and then we'll get back to the house, and I have a section of a kit that I'm working on that I think is at a good spot for me to potentially finish. Finish within all, while still whipping and chatting. Maybe, I don't know. There might be a little bit too much. I'm not sure. I want to get to one specific part though, so we'll see. I'm going to cut back over to that. But yeah, I hope you're having an excellent day, weekday, a weekend, evening, morning, overnight, whatever you've got going on. But I just needed to get this guy out to the dog park to get some energies out, because he's been a little restless, a little crazy as per usual. So I was like, I need to commit to taking him to the off the leash, like the big dog park. It's a little bit of a haul, and it has been snowing here in the Denver area, so the roads are dry. It melted pretty quickly today, so I was like, let's just go up there. He needs to be off the leash, as opposed to us just doing our walks or having him run around the backyard. I want him to have some more space, so hopefully it goes well. He's been pretty rambunctious, but we'll see. He just, as you can see, usually he plops down. Oh, there he goes. Right on cue, that dog. But yeah, he's just had a lot of extra energy, and I think it's because it has been more snowy, so like our walks have been a little bit shorter, and we move slow because I don't want him to like pull me to the ground, so but yeah, it's nice and clear now, so we're good. I want to find a dog park that's closer to home, that way I can let him off leash more frequently, but most times you're looking at like a dog run and they're not super big. I want some decent space. That's hard to find. So I don't know. I need to do some research. But anyway, yeah, let me know in the comments how your week and day has been going, all that good stuff. As at the time of this filming, we are a week before Thanksgiving, a little bit more than a week. Yeah. So, yeah, super excited to enjoy that holiday. I haven't just quite decided what I'm going to do yet. I think I might go with my mom to her friend's house, but I'm not 100% sure what I've decided. I might just do, some of my friends are doing like a Friendsgiving at my house. So the roommates and a couple other people. Let me do this. Does that help? Oh, you know what it is? Maybe it's this. Let's see. I'm getting this like glare right here. Oh, I'd have to have it like up like that. That looks weird. You know what? It's not getting in my eyes. And once it does, I'll just put my sunglasses on. Maybe I'll do that now. So yeah, I haven't decided. I'll probably just go and say hi. I just don't know if I'm going to go over to my mom's friend's house and do like the full kit and caboodle. I might just go and show my face, say hi, give some hugs and kisses, and then be on my way. And then just do the Friendsgiving with my friends. So I think that's what I'm going to do. And then that'll give me the freedom, because I'm planning either right after Thanksgiving or on Black Friday to head up to just do an overnight, either like, depending on the weather, an overnight camping trip, or just go do a long day trip. It just all depends on the weather, because I don't mind camping in like freezing temperatures. I have all the gear for it. It's just the car situation. I don't have a 4-wheel drive car, so. But yeah, just finished work a little bit ago, and like I said, Apollo's just been like, yeah, see, he knows. And just like all up in my grill, and I've been trying to like do little play times with him throughout the day while I'm working. But by the time it was almost like time for me to wrap up, he was just like nipping at me and barking, and like I'd let him outside and he'd run around and do all sorts of stuff and then come back inside and he's right back to it. And I'm like, what can I do for you, sir? Like, what more can I offer you? So I was like, let's just go to the dog park and see if I can just get you to run it out, because I'm just like, I don't want to have to do this all night. And then last night my roommate was home and got him all riled up right before bed, because we were going to have an early bedtime. Got him all riled up before bed, and so he was just like, whew, there's ice on the hood of my car that's flipping up and over. Got him all riled up, so then when I tried to go to bed at a decent time, he was just in the room, like just panting and standing up and staring out the window and jumping up and down off the bed. And I was just like, he's a teenager, all right. Like I just can't. I don't know. He's fighting. It's like, if it's nighttime, when it was nighttime, he used to just pass out. Like 9 o'clock ish, that was it. He'd just go and curl up in a ball, and that would be it. And now that he's at this age, he's fighting like all of the things that are like that usually made him a pretty calm puppy. Like usually, well, he's laying there now, but he usually would pass out when we would get in the car pretty quickly. And now he like every little sound, every little thing, he's like, huh? Is that something I can attack or put energy towards? I'm just like, dude, what happened to my sleepy little puppy? So it's okay. I just have to kind of adjust our activities and make sure that he gets extra exercise. And I let him outside, and I don't mind him staying outside in the backyard. He hasn't really like formally escaped yet, and I don't think that, maybe as he gets older he will start to like be a little escape artist, but he hasn't really like tested those boundaries of like jumping over the fence or anything like that. He stays within the yard. And so honestly, I don't mind him staying back there, but I don't want to make him feel like he's locked back there. So I'll usually leave the door a little bit propped open or shut enough that he can push it open. And he'll be out there for like 5 minutes or so. And I think he just wants to be either near me or wants the attention. And so he comes back inside. And then when he's inside, he's all like, ah. And so it's just like, dude, pick one way or another. And maybe he just wants someone to play with out there. So maybe I just need to get bundled up and go do it. But yeah, I feel bad for him. We play a lot in the house. I feel like I'm doing my best, but then other times I'm like, you're diamond painting, you could be playing with him. So I don't know. We'll see. Hopefully taking him on trips like this will help balance it out. Otherwise I also might need to like, consider scaling back on like how quickly I'm trying to get kits done, and scaling back on the number of videos. That way I can devote a lot more time to just like him getting his energy out. So I don't know. I feel like we're doing okay, but he gets in those moods where it's just like I'll be sitting working at the desk, or I'll be like diamond painting, and he'll like just come up and literally just start like biting my leg, biting my hand, jamming his head like underneath my arms, and like pawing at me and scratching at me. And I'm just like, we just got back from a walk. What could it be? What could it possibly be? You just ate. What could it possibly be? So I don't know. I'm going to keep experimenting, but if it means I have to kind of make my, cut back on like how much content I'm putting out, I really don't mind, because, if it means that we get to do more hikes, then, maybe that could lead to, making up for it. I don't know. I'm just still tossing around all these ideas, but I just want to make sure that he's happy and has what he needs. And I hate getting frustrated at him when he's in those moods, because it's like he's just like trying to get that energy out, or trying to like tell me something, and I'm like, what is it? The only way he knows how is to just really get me right in my leg. I'm just like, dude, I'm trying to take care of you. So anywho, so I figured I'd just come on and do a little clip as we drive to the dog park. I don't know how much I'll film once we're there. Like I said, it's pretty snowy on the ground, which can mean it's a little slick. So I don't want him to pull me down, or if I have to go chase after him, who knows? I brought TREATS with me this time. That way, if he does get in the mood where he wants to play keep away or get away from me, that I have incentive for him to come back. And it's not like he runs, like full on runs away. He just will get so close and like, come on, buddy. And then he gets within a few feet and he does that little play bow and wags his tail and then takes off running. Like, it's like, oh, you get to chase me now. And I'm like, I'm not doing this in the snow. I can't. Snow and mud and slush, no thanks. So hopefully the treats will convince him to get close enough when I need him to. That way I can clip him up. We'll see what other dogs are there too. But anywho, I have notes. I actually took notes for when we get back to the house of a couple topics that have happened over the past few days. Lots of really cool stuff happened. A couple of, a few things were a little bit more random. Some of it's kind of, new things that are happening as far as diamond painting goes. The one thing that just happened yesterday that isn't on my notes, so I can bring it up now and kind of brainstorm with you all, is I was asked to participate in the Christmas premiere series that goes up. I guess it happened last year, and it's happening again this year. So from what I understand, it's like 46 or 48 hours of back-to-back premieres, Christmas Eve and Christmas Day, and it's just there to keep people company. If you don't have family in town or don't have family around during the Christmas holidays, it's just a way to put something on while you craft or work on stuff, just to kind of keep you company through the holidays. So I thought it was a really cool idea. I didn't know it was a thing. And so Katie over at Diamonds and Washi reached out to me and asked if I'd like to participate. And I was like, yeah, absolutely. This person, the light was green and nothing, no movement. I was like, I usually give people a good 10 seconds of just sitting at a green before I will honk, and he surpassed that. So yeah, I thought it was an awesome idea. I didn't know it existed, and I was very honored that that she thought of me as someone that might be able to help out. So yeah, I guess so. The concept is it's premieres. So you film the video in advance. They're not live streams. You film the video in advance, and then you set it as a premiere. And what a premiere is, if you're not familiar, this will be my first time doing one, is you're in the chat with everybody while they're watching the video. So you're essentially watching it with them for the first time, if that makes sense. So you're on in the video, but also chatting with everybody. I've participated in them before. Rachel Ray did one for Theory Tuesday one time with her hosband. They were both in the chat, and I thought that was really cool. So I've participated in a few of them, but I've never hosted one before. So I'm super excited. I'm looking forward to it. I didn't give a preference because I forget I think it's Crashly might be leading it formally, but I saw a couple people chatting saying, hey, I would prefer to do Christmas Eve this time or Christmas Day this time because I'm traveling or I'm with family and stuff. I still don't know what our plans are, if anything. I think I don't know if this is just a one-off thing for my mom not wanting to do Thanksgiving as a family and wanting to do it with her friend. I mean, she invited me, and I think my brothers are going, but usually my uncles and aunts and everyone's getting together, but none of that's happening this year. So I don't know if that was just a one-off thing, or maybe she won't want to do Christmas as a group either, which I'm fine with. I just hope that she's okay and not like it's not coming from a place of like I'm upset at everybody or something like that. I need to dig into that a little bit more with her and figure out like, because usually she's very much like, you have to make it for Thanksgiving, you have to make it for Christmas, and like she usually wants to do a thing, but this year she's just kind of been pretty nonchalant about all of it, so I've got to figure that out. But anyway, so I don't, all that's to say, I don't know what my Christmas plans are. Typically I'd be spending Christmas Day with my mom and brothers and aunts and uncles and stuff, but I don't know. I don't know if that's going to happen. So if not, that it'll also be that premiere series will also be really good for me, because I'll probably be like, like everyone's kind of splitting off and doing their own thing now. And that's usually where a lot of my friends from out of town, they'll fly home to see their parents, or their parents will come here and they'll go up to the mountains and stuff. So I don't know. If my mom doesn't have plans, I will probably be renting an Airbnb that allows dogs. I was even thinking about it this morning. I was like, oh gosh, I just want to go up to a little townhouse up in Breckenridge or Winter Park and just have a nice townhouse with a couple of bottles of wine and some cheese, maybe cheesecake, and a little charcuterie board, and just light the fire, put on some like nice cozy music and just like diamond paint and just look, watch the snow out the window, and then maybe go snowshoeing or cross-country skiing the next day. So if that does happen, then I will absolutely do a weekend-long vlog. So you can come on with me on that trip. I'd like to do it at least once this year. The last time I did it, to be honest, is when I was with my ex, who I've never talked about on this channel, but yeah, we did our first winter together. We rented a townhouse for a couple of nights up in Breckenridge and went snowshoeing and just had a little romantic weekend, which was nice. But I kind of would do it again solo. But anyway, so back to the premiere series. So, it's getting hot here. So I didn't give them any sort of time frame of which day I'd prefer or anything like that, because as far as I know, I'm available and open anytime, day or night, those 2 days. So even if they need somebody to be like, hey, Anthony, you're taking the 3 a.m. spot on Christmas Eve, perfect, sign me up, I'll do it. Because you're not live, you're just chatting with people watching the video. So but I need ideas of what to do for said video. I definitely want to do an outdoor portion of it. I was thinking of maybe doing a whole come with me on a weekend thing, kind of like what I just described for Christmas, but not renting stuff. It's a little too short notice to be doing all that. I mean, I guess I could record it the week before. No, because I don't know. I mean, I might be able to swing it, but I was thinking maybe I'll just do a little day trip down to Colorado Springs. I mentioned it in my last vlog that I'd like to take everyone down south with me and do a hike down there that I really like. So I'm thinking that might actually be a really good opportunity. And the reason I say too short notice is, me, I want to get stuff done and wrapped up with a bow on it as soon as possible. If I'm going to sign up for something and I can kind of create the timeline, then the timeline is now. Let's get it done now. So since I can record this video anytime I want, it's just the premiere happens during Christmas. I was even thinking of this coming weekend, which will be the weekend before Thanksgiving. Maybe I'll just go do that hike. I'll go down to the Springs, to Woodland Park. We'll go there. We'll go to my favorite tea house. That's down there. It's one of my all-time favorite restaurants in Colorado. Probably my favorite restaurant in Colorado, I'd have to say. It's this tea house where they do a whole tea ceremony and there's dim sum and it's just so peaceful. I could record a little bit in there and ask for a table off in the corner. It's a little small spot, and just do a nice relaxing quiet winter hike. And then go have a nice relaxing tea. I probably wouldn't film any of the driving piece, because I do think that they have to be an hour-long videos, because they go one right after the other. So it's not like I can say, oh, well, everyone, mine was 2.5 hours, so schedule around me. I think they're all about an hour. So I can cut out the driving part and then maybe include some longer time lapses of me working on a kit or something like that. I don't know. I haven't quite figured it out. And it doesn't sound that far off from what I already do, to be honest. It's just going to be like a little hiking vlog. But I would probably set it to some really soft Christmas music in the background or something like that, just to make it a little bit more cozy, a little bit more special. I was like, ooh, you know what? I'll pack a thermos of hot cocoa and we'll stop on the hike and have like a little hot cocoa or just something fun, just make it a little bit more Christmassy. Maybe even, I was also thinking of, I'm not trying to spoil surprises here, but I'm asking for your opinion, really. The other thing I was thinking is like, maybe I'll wrap a gift and the gift will be like a giveaway or something. And then on the hike or after the hike, I'll unwrap it for you and then it'll be part of like a giveaway. So like, oh my gosh, you got an XYZ. All you have to do is leave a comment of, the name of the hike that we went on today and you're eligible to win this present that I got one of you. So like, make it a little bit more Christmassy and more themed, a little bit more thoughtful. I'm kind of thinking of like almost making it feel like you're there with me during my little trip. And I thought that would be really nice, especially if these videos are geared towards folks that, just might need some company during the holidays. So I don't know. I was trying to think of how to make it special, but still be, me. I don't know. But we're just about to pull up to the dog park. So it's nice to know how far of a drive the dog park is to my house, because it always feels really far, and it is, but it is 22 minutes away. So it's a 22-minute drive, but like this is the one that we keep going to. It's the massive dog park. So okay, so we're gonna turn here. It doesn't look like there's a ton of people here, which makes sense since it's so muddy and snowy and icky. But okay, I'm just parking right now. I'm gonna let this monster out so we can have some fun, and then I'll see you maybe on the drive back so we can keep brainstorming, or I'll just see you back at the house and we'll be working on Star Maker from Yume Art and Diamond Art Club. Bye. Okay, I had to do one clip before we head back to the house. Let's go. Come on. Let's go. Come on. Little snow dog. Yeah, it's just really pretty out here. The foothills are looking extra super nice. You can see some of the weather. See how it kind of rolls in over the foothills? That whole thing back there is just like one ominous snow cloud storm. So it's just kind of pushing up against the foothills on that side. And once it breaks over, then we'll get some snow. Let me see if I can zoom in. So yeah, that whole thing between those two peaks is just like a weird snow system, weather system coming in. But for right now, it's nice and clear. Apollo, come on, let's go this way. Apollo. See, this is what I'm talking about. He's given up caring about what I have to say. Hey, Apollo, let's go. Let's go. Come on. Come on. Come on. You teenager. I think I'm going to change his name to Daria. Or Quinn. He's okay. I love him. All right, well, we're going to keep walking. It's not too bad. It's just a little snowy. We only got like a couple inches, but I've got a podcast on, so I'm just gonna jam out to that while we continue. I'm thinking once there's enough snow here at this dog park, because it's just kind of flat and rolly hills, I might be able to practice cross-country skiing with him here. And if that was the case, that would be incredible because it's close. It's still technically within city limits, so there's paved roads all around. So it will get serviced, the roads will get serviced around here. And then I can just bop up here to ski with him because obviously dogs are allowed. So that would be incredible. So maybe we'll have to do a cross-country ski little tour through here just to get some practice in of how he does with me on skis. And then I can take him up to backcountry. That would be ideal. I don't know why I didn't think of it till just now. Maybe it's because there's the snow out on the ground here. And I'm like, this is kind of perfect because it's nice and flat, a little bit of hills here and there. It obviously doesn't snow as much down here as it does up in the mountains, so we'd have to get a pretty good snow for that to work, but we'll see. Fingers crossed. If not, I know of a couple other places. It's just a longer trek, so. All right, well, one last look at the sunset. Very pretty dog, right? Right, Apollo? Hey, come here, baby. Let's see if he'll come to me. Apollo, come here. Come here, buddy. Come here. Come on. Come here. Hi. Hi. You're doing good. All right, he made a good decision there. He's still okay. He doesn't completely hate me. They grow up so fast. Okay, I'll see you either back in the car or back at the house. Bye. Okay, one last clip. I'm so sorry. We just kind of made it up to the top of the hill. I'm absolutely gonna come skiing here or cross country to practice. But there's like all of the foothills. The sky's pretty clear today, going all the way down. And now I mentioned at one point I want to go to Colorado Springs. That tall peak down at straight ahead, that's Pikes Peak. You can see it off in the distance there. That's like, I think that's it. It's either that or it might be, see the little nubbin up there? It might be that one too. But anyway, it's a 14er, but it's like the most southernmost in the Rocky Mountains. So anyway, I'll let you go. Bye. Hi everyone. I don't know why I have this all the way zipped up. Let me just get comfortable. Okay, so back from the little walkabout at the dog park, and I'm also already done filming the WIP Chat part of this. I'm doing this after that, but putting it in between the two clips because I'm going to be working on Star Maker from You Art and Diamond Art Club. And I didn't really ever explain, like I just jumped into it and I didn't explain why I'm working on that kit because you haven't seen any sort of start or anything like that. I didn't just explain why it wasn't Senorita. As you know, I have a number of kits that I work on in the background. I've mentioned Star Baker a number of times that I had just decided to kit that up and go for it. So I work on these here and there, like when the mood hits me and I decide I want to work on it. Like I have Del Sol, I have Star Maker, I have Crimson, Oracle, Senorita, and I think that's it. I feel like I have one more, maybe not, I don't know. But I just snag these kits as I feel the need for them, and I had to press pause on Senorita that you can see behind me. I ran out of a color. I was shorted a color. No issue whatsoever. I reached out to Jade and she already is sending me the additional or the replacements for one particular color. So I'm on hold on that until I get that color. So I had to pick another kit to work on in the meantime, and I had Star Maker. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna get as much of Star Maker done as possible before those drills come in and I have to go back to Senorita. So that's why you're seeing Star Maker. I felt obligated to help paint a picture because I think I'm gonna start easing everyone and easing myself into doing this where I'm just cycling through my whips and just picking out whatever feels good rather than feeling beholden to like only talking about that kit until it's done and then starting the next one, because Senorita's just, it's a big girl. I mean, I've been working on that for weeks now, and once I finish this last section, once I get the replacements, that will be about a quarter of the way. So it's gonna take me probably into next year, well into next year, to finish that. And as much as I want, it makes sense in my head too, because I'm an organizational person, to be like, well, then you just do however many WIP and chats and however many jaded jam sessions, whatever that takes until it's done, then come talk to us about Star Maker and your other WIPs. But I keep bringing these out when I need a little bit of a break from the confetti. So there's gonna come a time where like I finish Star Maker still before that's done, and I'll have to be like, a finish and review of a kit we never really talked about me working on. So I wanted to bring it out, and so you might see Star Maker again. You might next time see Senorita. You might see Crimson Oracle. You might see something else I decide to kit up. Cozy Evening's going to be coming up once Jingle Drill starts. So embrace this eclectic formatting, because it's going to be happening a lot more. It's not going to be kit unboxing, kitten chat, WIP and chat reveal anymore, because this is the Senorita's really throwing that whole vibe off. So once that's done, I have 2 more Jaded Gem Shop kits. I've got the 2 that you saw the unboxing of, the AI artwork ones. I've got Hush, Batman Hush. That will be an undertaking. I've got do I have anything else coming from Jade? I don't think so, but those bigger kind of like epic sized kits, or those extra large kits, they're going to throw a kink in like how I do my videos. So I think rather than fighting it and coming up with ways to work around it, I'm just going to embrace the cornucopia of different kits you see on this channel, and I hope you do too. So that's my little PSA. Now let's talk WIP and chat, okay? Love you all. Bye. Okay, so we are back from our little excursion. Hopefully that tuckered him out. We'll see how long that lasts. But as you can see, we're back at the house. By the time we got back in the car, it was already getting dark, and it's impossible to do a car vlog when there's no light. So we're back at the house. Stopped and got some food, got Apollo fed, and so now we're just gonna kind of relax. It's not super late. It's still, I think it's like 5:30, 6 o'clock. So we have time, but of course, you know, with the seasons and everything, it's already pitch black out. So I actually got, if you remember from my last vlog, I mentioned, my last vlog. This is more of a WIP and chat, because we're going to talk a little bit now as we work on this. But before we talk about the canvas and everything I'm using, I got my package from Sean. We did a trade for some of our Craftably kits that we got in our mystery boxes. So I haven't opened it yet, but it's sitting here. We traded, I think I got Johnson's Mill and Ronin Rising from her, and I gave her Sunset Crossing and Windswept from Jasmine Beckett Griffith. So I think that's a pretty good trade, at least for me. I was not into those kits. So, well, I was into Sunset Crossing, but I already have it, so I had 2. Okay, so as far as what we're working on, this is Star Maker by Yume Art, Diamond Art Club. This is a 51 by 71 centimeter square drill canvas, 33 colors and 2 ABs. I went ahead and started to gussy this up. I don't think you can see any in your shot, but I'm using some gold metallic drills around the canvas here and there. But I wanted to film for when I get to the eyes, and we'll talk about why. So we'll just kind of go through. I've got a couple topics here. We'll just kind of go through and see where we get with time. I want to talk about my accessories. I'm using my Mooney Made tray here. This is in the color Painted Paradise. I've got my Enablers Outpost pen here, my very first one. Woohoo! I think it kind of matches this kit too. Single placer and 4 placer from Everlasting Tips. And then I'm also from Enablers Outpost using their Enablers Outpost Chit, I think it's yes, and Chit is Romanian for putty. This was actually a little gift that they sent me with my pen and my diamond painting that I got from them, and it's in the scent pineapple. It's incredible. It smells so good. I immediately was like, wow, I want a pina colada. So I'm using that in my single placer, and then in my multi placer, I just have the pink wax from Diamond Art Club. So yeah, it's been quite the week so far already. Like I said, I was asked to join in on that Christmas premiere countdown kind of event thing that's going on. I don't exactly know what to call it. Just Christmas premiere, I guess. So we already kind of talked a little bit about what that entails and what some of my ideas are. There was some messages going off as I was walking Apollo. There's a form that I need to complete, so I will do that as soon as I'm done with this. So I think, yeah, you just get an hour time slot and you just keep people company during the Christmas holiday. So I'm really looking forward to it. I like I said, I have some ideas. I'll just kind of see which ones kind of pan out, and I'm going to go for it. I'm thinking of doing it on either Thanksgiving weekend, so this coming weekend, or the weekend after. So if you do have any suggestions, or you like some of the things that I said of just like, doing like a come with me on just like I normally do, but make it a little bit more holiday themed, let me know, because I'm going to be filming that sooner than later. So with the way that the camera is, it's kind of suspended overhead, and it's right at my eye level, so I can't really get super close to the canvas to place. So I'm kind of placing at a distance. So I might end up just kind of keeping it to right here, just for the sake of me not bonking into it. I was doing a time lapse the other day, and I had my big headset on because I was listening to music as I was doing it, and I kept smacking the camera with my headphones. I'm sure that time lapse is going to be all like wavy, but I was like, let's just get through this. So, but yeah, let's quickly, oh, I need my funnel. It's over here. Hold on just a second. So yeah, as far as diamond painting stuff goes, I guess we'll talk more about our life stuff. So other cool things that happened. So on Friday, this past Friday, which in my timeline was Veterans Day, but I'm doing this kind of a week in advance. But this past Friday, I had a 3-day weekend, and I decided to go ahead and take Apollo on a nice long hike. We went on a hike through Estes Park. You've already seen that WIP Chat, or that vlog that was last week's. So yeah, that was your last week's vlog. Hike through Estes Park. That was a long one. That was an over 2-hour long vlog, but it was a lot of fun. We're gonna do black next. So we drove around there and did some hiking and stuff. Well, on my way up to Estes Park, I got a message from Tima, the owner of DP with Sparklers. And as you know, I'm kind of DP with Sparklers obsessed. It's kind of the only enhancement drills I had been using, other than stuff that had been given to me or was just leftovers from other kits. Now that did change recently. I've been participating in the Lazy River wood churning drill scoop things that are going on. So I do have some enhancement drills from Lazy River wood churning now, but everything else, like if I go to a website to purchase drills, it's only ever been DP with Sparklers. So Tima reached out to me and was like, hey, do you want to come join me on my live tonight? Friday Night Live. And I had mentioned I was on her live the previous Friday just saying hello, like I was in the chat. And she's like, Anthony, if you ever want to come on and join me, just let me know. And so I messaged her afterwards. I was like, I'd love to. You just give me the dates. Now, I had assumed it would be like she would reach out to me and be like, all right, I've got some dates coming up in December or sometime in January. But the morning of, she was like, let's do this, and you'll be on my live with myself and Jenny from Oh Snap Crafters Cafe. She's a small business owner, has a shop that does some really cool cover minders, and they're like scented cover minders. You put like these little scented discs in them, so rather than like your putties or wax giving you some scent, your cover minder does. So it's almost like a little clip-on air freshener kind of thing. It's a really cool idea, and they're gorgeous detailed cover minders. If I remember, I will put the link in the description of this video. So I was like, at first I read it, and I saw it as I was like going up into the mountains and starting to lose service, and I was like, I wasn't mentally prepared for that. I am the type of person that likes to have a plan and likes to have plenty of advanced notice, so I can make sure that like I'm in a good headspace, and of course I could have said, not this time, but let me know when you get something on the books for December or something, like, or I could have said, hey, can you give me some, not this time, and could you give me advance notice? I need at least a week to just make sure that I'm prepared, both like mentally, socially, because lives can take a lot out of you. Like doing a live, not that they're not fun, they're an incredible time, but you just like, had I had a really stressful day at work, or just finished, doing back-to-back phone screens and interviews, and I'm just socially drained, that's not going to put me in the best space to have like a ton of energy to do a live on top of that. So I just, in a perfect world, I know a week at least, if not several weeks in advance, that I'm going to be doing something like that. But no problem. I mean, she gave me until, because it didn't start until 10:30 my time, 10:30 my time, but then she did about was it 10? I think so. And then she did about 30 minutes of just kind of like life updates, like her stuff, before she has her guests come on. So it wasn't until like technically I think 11 o'clock is when I actually, PM Mountain Time is when I actually went on. So definitely a late start. So I kind of had the whole day and most of the evening to think about if I wanted to do it or not. I was like, well, I need to get back to her sooner than later. But by the time I had, had a meltdown about it in the car, I had already lost service. So I was like, the best thing to do is just forget about it. I mean, in the sense that like, let it go so you can go do your hike and not be like overthinking this, because it's just coming on and hanging out, so don't think about it until you get service again and you're back down. So me and Apollo had a great time. I filmed my vlog. We did a bunch of fun stuff. And honestly, I had completely forgotten about it. And then I get back down into the city and I got service again. And I was like, okay, you have to say something. Like, you got to give her a yes or a no. So like, you know what? Do it. You want to do it. You really enjoy listening to Tima's lives, and you'll have fun. It's going to be a fun time. So I said, yes, of course, and I got home and set up my filming setup, and I actually did some research, because I was like, this is a really good time, Anthony, to upgrade your webcam, because you want to look really, like, I want to step up my game there. And I kept looking at prices, and I was watching YouTube videos from like tech people saying, here's the top webcams of 2022 for streaming. And I was like, $270, $199. And I was like, oh man. And then there was one that was half off on Amazon, but it didn't work with Mac unless you like did all this, like, it seemed a little sketchy how you were supposed to get it set up. So I was like, you know what? No, I can't do this right now. We're too close. Like, this is all the same day as I'm supposed to go live. Like, by the time I go back out and buy all the stuff and then try to get it set up and do all the configurations, like, this is just going to be a mess. So I was like, why can't I just use my digital camera that I bought for vlogging skincare? Why can't I just use that for my for video recording? And I might have even mentioned it on the vlog from last week that I was watching those videos. I'm not sure if I did or not, but So I looked it up, and lo and behold, there is a way to use my Sony ZV-1, which when I bought it a couple years ago was like, and it might still be like one of the better vlogging cameras out there for YouTube. Um, you can use it as a streaming camera, and it's a 4K. It records in 4K and all that good stuff. And I hooked that baby up, and I was like, whoa! Like I thought, I mean, not to toot my own horn, but I thought I looked really good. I thought the picture was super clear. It was really enhancing the light, whereas my webcam, I had to like do all this finagling to make the light look halfway decent. So I was like, whoa, holy cow, this looks really good. So I was super happy. Like that kind of brought me around, because at first I was just like, struggling, you know, because like I said, I like a lot of notice. Like, give me a couple days to go to Best Buy and upgrade this and get a new that and double check everything the day before, and you know, all that stuff. So I was at first feeling a little put on the spot, and then once I saw the camera, I was like, oh, this is gonna be good. And it'll give me more opportunity to practice going live and not be so nervous and anxious like I was. And it ended up being so much fun. The one thing I knew that Tima's lives go long, and I was like, okay, I'll bow out if I start to feel tired. And she gave me that out too. She was like, Anthony, it looks like you're yawning. You're more than welcome to go at any time. And I was like, no, I'll push through. You know, I wanna be here, and we're having a lot of fun. We ended up being on there for I think 3 hours, a 3 hour live. And I was not anticipating, I was thinking an hour and a half, 2 hours, and then I'll tap out. But we got to, I think, over 3 hours, and I finally was like, I can't anymore. So I haven't even gone back to watch to see, I don't even remember, because by that time, you're talking about like 1:30 in the morning for me here. I don't even remember if we all left at the same time or if I just decided to go. And what I mean by we is, Jenny stayed on for a couple hours, and then she left. But in between all of that, Mary over at Mary Making Crafts was on the live. I let her know, I was like, hey, I'm gonna be on Tima's live tonight. I'd love if you hopped on and were in the chat. It would be awesome. And she's like, sure, I'll do that. So she got on, and we were chatting, and one thing led to another. I don't remember how it got brought up, but I was like, oh yeah, you know, Mary's here, and we kind of have developed this little crafty friendship. We started our channels. I started, I think, a little bit before her, actually. But started our channels around the same time and connected this past summer, and have just been kind of, you know, chatting on Instagram and being crafty friends ever since. And she's like, really? I was like, yeah, it's really nice to like, you know, have some pals out there. I mean, I feel like I have a lot, but it's nice when you have like people that you can reach out to and just be like, hey, I hope you had a good day. And like, you know, I talk to her most days, I guess. And Tima was like, well, send her the link, get her on here. I was like, what? I was like, oh my gosh, Mary's gonna like kill me. But I kind of felt that pressure. Oh, also I sang on that live. I was asked to sing, and I did it. I can't believe all the stuff that happened on that live. So I sent the link to Mary, and lo and behold, Tima was like, guess who we have in the studio in the waiting room? And Mary joined us for like an hour and a half towards like the back end. So it was a lot of fun. It was good. It was also probably good practice for me and Mary, because we did chat a little bit and talk about like how we found each other and just like, you know, all that stuff. Because we're going to be, at the time of watching this, we are midweek through, at the time you're watching this, we're midweek through doing our series of lives for Black Friday. So that was kind of our test run, was this live that happened. So yeah, I thank you so much to Tima for giving us the opportunity, or giving, giving me the opportunity to join, and then inviting one of my buddies too. So that was really cool. It was good exposure for us too. I feel like, the crafty community is really tight knit, and I feel like everyone kind of watches each other, but there are certain, I'm just going to put some more pink wax in this. I was doing a bunch of ABs, and now it's not feeling as hot. So let me grab my tweezers. Hold on. Tweezers and my pink wax. Actually, this is not Diamond Art Club wax. It's just like some circle wax that I got from somewhere. There it is. I don't know where it's from. But it operates similarly. So I'm just going to go ahead and give this a scoopsy poo with the tweezers. You can see I had some blue and pink in there. So it's probably about time I went ahead and swapped that out. Okay. So we're just gonna take I try to clean up these little bits and bobs as much as I can. Give that a good press. Sorry if I'm shaking you. Give that a good press, get that excess out of there. Another couple good presses, awesome. Okay, cool. So, yeah, I feel like even though we all kind of watch each other and it's all one crafting community, I feel like there was a lot of people on there that had not heard of me or heard of Mary, and I was a lot of names I didn't recognize. So I know a bunch of folks that I did know popped on. Like I think Shay was there. I don't know if like Jade was there, or, you know, any of like, I guess what I'd call like kind of my core fam. But there's a lot of really great folks with a lot of really kind words. It was great. And we went on to this tangent about diamond painting trays. And of course, I'm such a Mooney Maid head. I'm such a Mooney dash maid. M-A-I-D. That I was like, and Mooney made this and Mooney made that. And T-Ma has like every tray you could think of. I was like, what about this one? And she's like, ooh, I've got that over here. What about this one? And someone would be like, ooh, I'd love to see that. Actually, I have that sitting over here, which makes sense because she is a drill, you know, a diamond company, or like that's what she runs. So she said that she collects them and she just likes to have a lot of different ones to use. But I think from a business perspective, it also makes a lot of sense because you want to make sure that your product works in the trays that are out there, and provide feedback to tray makers that are maybe new and be like, hey, your grooves are a little tight, just heads up, you know, you could get some stuff getting jammed in there. Like she is kind of the go-to for that type of stuff, especially for specialty drills. I mean, if I was to start making trays, she'd be one of the first people that I'd be like, I'm gonna send you some demos, or some prototypes. Can you try these out with your sparklers and with your crystals and with your ABs and, you know, this and that, and see how it performs if you wouldn't mind, because I know a lot of people are going to be using this product with your products, and I want to make sure that they're, you know, 110% compatible. So I think that would be one route I'd go. I'd probably buy some diamonds off some places, because I know a lot of people just do it themselves and get on like AliExpress and stuff and source their own. So I'd probably buy a whole bunch of drills from a whole bunch of places. But if I could send T-Ma some trays and be like, hey, put these to the test, use them in your day-to-day life, let me know what's working, not working, so I can grow and learn before I launch this product. I mean, that makes sense. But it's awesome that she gets the trays and can put them to the test. So I really appreciated that she had so many. I was like, holy moly. I was like, yeah, when I discovered Mooney Maid and fell in love with the colors and the height and all that stuff, and she looked kind of shocked, I was like, I gave away all my Nix's Notions trays to Derek with diamonds, because I was like, won't be needing these anymore. I mean, there was a couple of reasons for that, but one of them was like, I just don't reach for these anymore. I've kind of found the one that I love. So I actually it was really funny. So I won a contest, the Pride event that Derek with Diamonds did. I won one of the grand prizes, which was this gorgeous kit. It's called Meditation Squares, and it's a discontinued kit from Diamond Art Club that I had no idea so many people wanted to get their hands on it. When I did that unboxing, I had a number of people reach out to me and were like, I've been wanting that, or I want that so bad and I can't find it.
Would you be willing to sell it? Would you be willing to sell it? And I was like, no, because I cannot see for the life of me what I'm doing up there. Oh my gosh. The camera's in my way. It looks funky. I think this one's, there she is. Okay. I'm going to stop working that high. I'm going to just go like here down. Because it was a gift and it's cute and it's rainbow and it was a gift and it means a lot that he sent that out to me. So no, I'm not going to get rid of it. So anyway, oopsie, that has been happening to me a lot recently. I just spilled these drills, by the way. Luckily, they went towards the canvas and not towards my pants, because that happened twice last night. I spilled the drills all over my lap last night twice. Pretty close together, too, and I was like, that's it. Going to bed. And I didn't even stay up. I didn't even diamond paint that long. We had an early night. I think maybe, I don't remember. I think because my roommate had gotten Apollo all jazzed, I was like, I'm just going to go over here and not be frustrated. And when they're done, then we're going to bed. Because, like, he came home and was just like, you know, like doing the playful stuff, which I think is cute. And I like that he gets that time. But it's like, you can't come home at 9 something at night when I was literally like, we were literally wrapping up to go to bed and come in here guns blazing and get him all fired up. And then I'm like, come on, come lay down. But anyway, okay, so what were we talking about? Oh, we were talking about trays. So I had just sent Derek that big old box of trays, but he had sent my grand prize gift the day or two before, or he had already had it boxed up, and I had won 2 Nix's Notion trays in the giveaway. So it did come to fruition that, like, I was trying to get rid of those trays and then I got 2 more. But you know what? I sent them to Sean with her craftably kits. So now she has those. I was like, I'm trying to have all matching trays and I picked the ones I want. So, but someday I will try Bella Art de Nicole and all those other brands. I'm a Mooney Maid guy. I don't know what to tell you. It's kind of like people have their favorite like brands of like coffee or soda or whatever. Like, I don't know what to tell you. I'm a Budweiser man. Like, I'm a Mooney Maid guy. I do have one last set of Nix's Notions trays. It's she had a Phoenix no. It's called Ice Dragon, I think, and it was an entire set. I bought the whole set, and I thought it was going to be like, I thought it was like really exclusive, like, oh, she might only do these sets like once a year or something like that. But it seems like, and keep in mind, I haven't really looked at her shop in a long time, but there was like a rainbow set at one point, so they're not really as exclusive as I thought they were when I was originally shopping for them. So maybe I'll let them go. Originally, I was like, these are collector's items, but it's just a tray. So I mean, they're all just trays, but I don't know. I put that set on some sort, like it was on like a little special pedestal for some reason. So I will give those away eventually, but I did spend quite a decent amount on them. So I was like, I'll hold on to one set just in case I need them, or maybe I'll use them for something if I do a kit that has that much confetti where I need every tray I can get my hands on for every color. But with this latest Mooney Maid order that I placed, these customs, I'll have 2 more large trays, I think, and 1 more small. So I'll have a total of 7 large trays and 2 small trays. If that's not enough to do a confetti heavy kit, then I need to find a different kit. Okay, so 19. Anyway, so yeah, Tmaz Live was super duper fun. Met a bunch of really cool people. I had a few new subscribers pop up there, and my subscriber count actually tipped over at the time of filming this 1,000. I think within the past 24 hours at the time of recording this, I just crested 1,000, which is, I haven't really processed it, to be honest. I kind of was just like, oh, cool. And like a bunch of people sent me some congratulations on Instagram. Like I haven't even put together any posts about it. In fact, the next few posts on Instagram are going to be all kit related because I already have them all prepared and ready to go. So I haven't even really acknowledged it anywhere yet. So this will be the first time that I'm like saying it out loud. And I want to jump for joy and scream about it. But like I said, I'm still kind of just like, holy moly. And my head immediately went to like, what does this mean for me as far as like, okay, do I need to really hunker down and like make sure I never miss a posting day, or do I need to put down a firm schedule? Like suddenly I feel like there's this pressure. I didn't need to move that. It was fine. It almost felt like, oh gosh, like this is like 1,000 people's a lot of people. Like you can't mess this up. That's kind of where my head is at right now. I'm just like, oh my goodness, this is crazy. So once that kind of calms down and I just realize that it's just business as usual, which all it's going to take is like another day. I just need to sleep on it another night and just kind of process it. Then I will absolutely be doing a 1,000 subscriber thank you video. Also, I think it's just timing wise too. Like I have this week's long set of lives coming up with Mary Making Crafts. I just got asked to do this Christmas thing. So it's like my calendar, as far as like all like special things, is already pretty full up. And I've got a lot of things in the works as far as like what I'm recording and all that stuff. So of course I want to do a thank you video. Of course we're going to be doing some kind of fun giveaway. I haven't decided what that's going to be yet, but I'm like, I don't think that's going to happen until the first couple weeks of December. So I will say here, thank you so much. I'm incredibly grateful. Like I still need to put the language together about how appreciative I am of everyone and everyone that's decided that they want to subscribe and spend their time watching me and Apollo live our lives and do crafty stuff. It's just, I'm speechless. I'm floored. So I need a little bit of grace and some time to kind of process it. So I'm not just like crying randomly and just babbling on. Like I have to get my wits about me before I go into all of it. But I will just say that I'm very appreciative. It's incredible. It really is incredible. This community is the most supportive I've ever belonged to when it comes to like a hobby or a craft or a sport or an interest. This is new to me, and I'm ecstatic, shocked, thankful, all that stuff. Pineapple. So yeah, I need a moment. So oh my goodness. Okay, we're good. So yeah, I'll be doing all of those things. I'm probably gonna try to get the Christmas premiere vlog and all of that stuff filmed and together, and then we'll talk about celebrating 1,000. Ooh, okay. So that's one thing that can be a little bit difficult. You can see I just put in some new enablers, Outpost Chit. If you do make a boo-boo and accidentally touch your canvas with the putty, and this is not just this putty, I've seen this happen a lot, the putty just really grabs onto that canvas. And so I just peel it off of the canvas best I can and pop it back on that tip and just try to get it in there. This is feeling a little bit warm. It might be the lighting that I have in here might be heating that up. So I'm going to put that away and grab a different scent that's been in the drawer. Sorry, no fault of the putty. It happens a lot, but I might as well walk you through it since it happened in real time. The other thing that sometimes happens is if my pen tip is really warm, I'll notice that the putty it likes to kind of push out. And I think that's just because there is some air built up behind the putty and the tip. And so because that air is back there, when it gets hot and expands, it pushes the putty out. So the other thing that you can do is try to take a little pin or the tip of your tweezers and kind of push the putty aside as it's in the tip, if that makes sense, to release that air, give it a little bit of room. And that seems to work for me too. So I might have to do a video of like, there's so many putty and wax videos. And every time I say that, I'm like, stop yourself, because what my brain is going to want to do is to compare and contrast small businesses. Like, oh, this is Enabler's Outposts putty, and then this is Randa's putty, and then this is this one, and this is, you know, what I like and don't like. I don't know if I want to be that person. I'd rather do, what I guess I could do is do an Enabler's Outpost chit review and just talk about it solely, and if it's something that I would come back to or not. I don't want to get into any potential hot water of like this company versus this company, because I did that before. I almost did it before, and luckily a guardian angel came and tapped me on the shoulder and said, hey, no. So I just don't want to do it. I don't want to risk saying like this company's better. It's no. These are all small businesses within the community that deserve your patronage. Unless I have a particularly bad experience, and of course I'll let you know, but it would never be in the format of like, this company's bad, go here instead. I would just say, my experience with this company, be it product, quality, or customer service, was not good. The end. Do what you will with that information. And you can piece it together yourself without me having to explicitly say it, because then there might be another video where I'm like, this company that makes this similar product is awesome. Customer service, great, love them. So you can deduce when you go to make a purchasing decision what you want to do with that information. But I don't want to, in one video, say this is bad, this is good, because that's not fair to these small businesses. They're growing, they're developing, they're doing everything that they can, and it's their living. And I'm not going to be the type of person that tries to, that might unintentionally be taking that income away from them because because I pointed people in another direction directly. Like I'm so glad that I didn't. I mean, I don't know. That's just no more touchy subjects. I don't want, I feel like next year I'm going to just all unboxings all the time. Don't talk about how anything actually worked out for you, because I feel like I constantly have to like backpedal just to make sure I'm good. But yeah. But I think I'm also learning to be more honest, because on my last vlog, when we went to Estes Park, I really kind of talked about all the Randa's products and how I was not a fan of the wax, but I really like the putty. So I was like, not everything's going to be for everyone all the time. That should also not be the expectation. Like, shop owners shouldn't be like, everyone must love everything I do and not speak and not say any sort of, or not give any sort of criticism, because I put a lot of work into this. Like, there's also something to be said for being honest with your watchers or listeners and stuff too, because that's part of the responsibility, I think, of like sharing products and unboxings, is being truthful, and sometimes avoiding can be just as bad as like pretending something's good when it's not good. So I don't know, it's just a weird line to toe, and I do struggle with navigating that. I'll say, I always try to shoot for just being forthright and honest. And I also think another good way, from a viewer standpoint, if it is a touchy subject, or you can tell that the content creator is having a little bit of a time picking the right words to make sure if you see, let's just say this, if you see me having a tough time, like right now, with picking the right words, just because I don't want to upset anybody, and that's not my intention. So I try to be very objective and diplomatic with like that kind of thing. just send that content creator or send me a message if you need clarification. Like if you feel like I was being a little vague, which could have been intentional, and you want some clarification, like that's a really nice way to go about it, because then then the content creator, it doesn't feel like you're not, you know, I don't know. I feel like sometimes just talking about it one-on-one can be a little bit more comfortable, if that makes sense. I would just ask that if you reach out to me and I'm like, yeah, you know, I was trying to be diplomatic on my video, but here's some of the other, you know, here's some additional information that I was seeing that was really just specific to me, so I didn't want to talk about it too in depth, because a lot of this is like, these lights are hot. My heater is blasting because it is cold in winter. So sure, that putty might get super sticky. So I might not say a lot, you know, a ton of that stuff, because a lot of it is pretty like individualistic. And you have to, like I said, you have to be diplomatic with that and be very objective. Is that the right word? Anyway, but someone might write and be like, hey, Anthony, I also like live in an area where we have the heat going and it's always warm in my craft room. I'd be like, okay, well then here's what I would suggest. Maybe keep it in the fridge, do some other stuff. I don't know. Like, I'm just trying to give you a general example. That's not super specific, but things like that. Like sometimes you just take it offline, and I think that's okay here and there. Like I will 100% be honest and truthful if, like, you know, there's some key things with the product that were just not working for me or really working for me. But if you want the nitty gritty, or if you want more specific details, like how do you think it would work for me? Like, I don't know if that's exactly the place to do it, is like on the YouTube comments, because I don't want to be put in a place where I'm like, yeah, don't buy it if you're like if you're in this situation, because that can be rough. So anyway, all I'm saying is reach out to me like directly if you have any like specific questions, or I didn't answer your question fully, or you felt like I wasn't giving you what you needed. I do my best to do that with also respecting the companies. And I will do that offline too, but I hope you understand what I'm saying. I'm not trying to, I don't want to dig myself in a hole, which I feel like I've been doing. So let's move on, shall we? We're actually to the part right now. Yeah, we're to the part that I wanted to get to, and I feel like we've been talking for about 40 minutes plus the car ride. That'll put us at about an hour, so that's good. We got to 2 of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7. I had 7 things to talk about. We got to 2 of them. So we've got plenty to talk about for the next one. So let's get to the main event here. I'm going to go ahead and do this number 1. I hope you can see that. What I'm talking about is the tiger's eyes. So here are the tiger's eyes. We've got the symbol 1, we've got S, and we've got 4. So we've got 3 symbols in there. I hope you can see those. If you look here, the number 1, they want us to use this AB, which is great, just in the one eye. So let's go ahead and do that. And this is kind of like an orangish kind of tangerine AB. So they want 3 of them there. Oh, there is. So there's the tangerine AB on this side as well. So I've gone ahead and placed those. I don't know what this is. That was an S. Okay, so gone ahead and placed those, and it looks like I went ahead and said yes to the S's, which is going to be this deeper kind of like burnt orangey. No, it's more of just like kind of an autumny kind of like orangish brown tone. I said yes to that dress as well, and that's going to be S is 14, so I just need a few of those. So you can see this is the S color here. So I'm going to go ahead and pop those on. Boop, boop, boop. So that leaves us with that number 4. And here's where I take issue with this rendering. Give me just a second. Yeah, I take issue with it. I'm gonna say it. I'm just gonna say it. I have a problem with this. And I might adjust. I might do something here. Ooh, I might have to do it now if I'm gonna do it. I don't know. Okay, so sorry. If you take a look at the original image, look at that tiger's eyes, and do you see just that little touch, just that little touch of like a teal or kind of like a minty green right in the eyes that Yume Art's given it, it adds just a little bit of this like mystery. I just love that teal. It's going to be blurry, I'm so sorry, but hopefully you can see just that teeny touch of teal. And if you look in the tiger's ears here as well, right on the outside of the ears, you have this light blue kind of aquamarine color coming off on either ear. And we come back to this image, and they've done this entire thing in, let's look at 4 is 13. This would be the gold color that I've selected for this kit. Originally it was this, once again, kind of brown. So they've replaced that gorgeous aquamarine kind of teal color for brown in the eyes, which really bummed me out. And then they've completely removed it from the ears as well. This is just another dark blue. So I don't know why they decided to tone that back or not render that with just, once again, I'll show you the original, with just that little hit, just that tiny little hit of aquamarine. So I'm gonna remedy that issue. Let me get my items. So when I this wasn't this past week, but the week before, Lazy River Wood Churning did this thing called scoops, and if you aren't familiar with them, it's this TikTok trend where you pay a set amount and then someone has this big tumbler. It looks like a cauldron in front of them, and it's got all these different crystals and items in there, and you say, here's 15 bucks. And they say, great. And they take this big old scoop. Think of like a claw machine, but a human's doing it. And they scoop out a bunch of stuff, and whatever's in that scoop, that's what you get to take home with you. So it's kind of like a bargain bin, but for the kids. And it's scoop based. So Steph and Bev from Bev B Diamond Paints did one live where you went onto Lazy River Wood Churning, you paid X amount of dollars per scoop, and they had a tumbler, but it was all filled with diamond paint, or diamond drills, or I'm sorry, diamond painting diamonds. Drills. It was drills, we'll call it. So they had a whole thing full of drills, and Steph would get in there and scoop out a bunch, and whatever you got in your scoops is what she sent you. So mine came in the mail, and I went ahead and organized them all here by DMC code. There's more to these, but these are just the ones that had DMC. Some of them were just called like daffodil or had like other names. But one color came in particular, and it's this 959, and it's this gorgeous kind of aquamarine crystal. And the second I saw that, I was like, guess where you're going? So I'm gonna go ahead and quote unquote fix. The renders at Diamond Art Club are incredible. I just think this was a missed opportunity. And I don't know if it's just that they didn't have that color or they just didn't think they could do it justice, but I just really thought that I would bring this back. And maybe it's because it's too similar to the colors around it. I don't know, but I don't care. I thought this needed something, and I might go in and tweak this. I might do 2 of these as an AB that's more blue. But I thought that would look really cute. Fixing, quote unquote, those eyes to just have a little something. And that's the only place that I'll put them. I was thinking of maybe finding a blue AB to do in place of this kind of chevron color here. So, but I want to see, let's peel back. I don't know if you're going to be able to see it on camera. I want to see what the other ear looks like. Yeah, it doesn't really have much. I'm gonna leave that. I don't trust myself that much, but I can do that and feel okay. What do you think? Let me know what you think. I think it'll look cute from far away. Just a little hit, just a hit, and we'll take a look at the original again. You see that? It's yellow, but it's got that little hit of that teal. So I think that's a little bit closer, and it just adds some more dimension to those eyes rather than just a bunch of brown. So yeah, I think that'll do her. I think that's it. I can't stick to a format to save my life. I really thought, I was like, we'll get home, we'll get through all these topics, it'll be great. We still need to talk about my finish of Rainbow Cloud and how I got that all done in a day. I wanted to actually do a demo of Randa's products. That might be its own video. I talked a little bit about my obsession with putty. We'll go into that more maybe when I do the Randa demo. Stuff going on at work. Oh, nearing 1,000 at the time of writing this. It says nearing 1,000 subscribers. We're past that, Anthony. Don't even worry about it. So yeah, so I did talk about that. Thank you, potential giveaway is what my notes say. Perfect. So we covered more than I thought. So, all right, well, that's that. I hope you have a fantastic Thanksgiving. Tomorrow, at the time that you're watching this, is Thanksgiving and Black Friday. Don't forget to check out Mary Making Crafts and my lives, because we're going live all week. So I already, at the time that you're seeing this, I already did one on Monday, and another one will be happening today if our schedule remains true. So please take a look at those. There's going to be giveaways and fun stuff, and we're going to be talking about all the releases from Diamond Art Club. So don't forget to like, subscribe, share this content with friends, family members, anyone that you think might take some value out of it. Otherwise, thanks so much for watching. Happy placing, and we'll see you next time. Bye, 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 bye. Bye.